The recent release of a documentary about Cleopatra on Netflix has sparked a backlash in various circles, including some scholars and journalists who claim that it perpetuates racist and sexist stereotypes. The documentary, titled Cleopatra: Secrets of the Nile, takes a deep dive into the life and times of one of history's most iconic figures. However, some critics argue that it fails to give an accurate representation of Cleopatra and instead perpetuates inaccurate and damaging myths about her. One of the main criticisms of the documentary is that it perpetuates racist stereotypes about Cleopatra's African heritage. Some historians argue that Cleopatra was of Greek and Macedonian descent, while others believe that she had mixed ancestry. However, the documentary leans heavily into the myth that Cleopatra was of African origin, depicting her with dark skin and using African-inspired music in the background. Another issue with the documentary is that it perpetuates sexist stereotypes. Cleopatra is often portrayed as a seductress who used her feminine wiles to manipulate powerful men like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. However, many historians argue that this portrayal is not accurate and that Cleopatra was a skilled diplomat and ruler in her own right. By focusing on her sexuality, the documentary undermines her legacy and fails to acknowledge her political acumen. The backlash against Cleopatra: Secrets of the Nile has sparked an important conversation about how history and historical figures are represented in the media. While it's important to tell the stories of powerful women like Cleopatra, it's equally important to do so in a way that is accurate and respectful. By perpetuating racist and sexist stereotypes, the documentary does a disservice to both Cleopatra and the audiences who watch it. In conclusion, the backlash against the documentary about Cleopatra on Netflix highlights the importance of accurately representing historical figures in the media. While the documentary attempts to shed light on one of history's most intriguing figures, it ultimately falls short by perpetuating inaccurate and damaging myths about her. As viewers, we must demand more from our media and hold it accountable for its representations of history.